Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited you're here today. We are talking about why data is so important to growth in your travel business. Even though we're talking numbers today, I promise it is going to be fun. It is not going to be boring. I used to dread numbers. I used to hate numbers early in my career. Now they're my favorite thing because it really is the stuff that helps your business grow. So if you want to know the top 3 data points that determine the health of your business, if you want to learn why knowing your numbers is really critical, and if you want to learn how making data decisions can not only save you thousands of dollars, it can make you thousands more, then keep on watching. That's what we're covering today. Guys, welcome back. If you haven't already, take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. We put out so much content over on YouTube that we don't always share here on Facebook, and I don't want you to miss a thing that can help you. And by the way, if you are brand new, I want you to just pop a little I'm new hello so I can say hi and welcome you to our community. If you are new, you might not know who I am. My name is Cyndi Williams. I started in the travel industry over 25 years ago. It's actually way more than 25 years now, but who's counting? A long time, right? And I am best known for being the CEO of Careers on Vacation that helps people launch, grow, and supersize their travel businesses. And today we're talking all about data, and why that's important. In fact, May is dedicated to Mega Agency Month. So even if you're brand new though, this is good stuff to know even if you're an individual agent managing your own business. And this is, of course, super relevant for those of you who are growing agencies. You need to understand your numbers and how they impact your business and how you can make better decisions based on data. So let's talk about the first elephant in the room when it comes to data is that most people it's especially travel agents who are traveling the world. We're having fun. Our whole life is based in this fun environment. Sitting down and looking at your numbers sometimes isn't always first or top of mind every single month, but it needs to be a part of your core processes if you want to continue to grow, if you want to really understand what's happening in the mechanics of your business and be alerted to what could be hurting your business or, little red flags that can help you adjust. And nothing is more important right now than the adjustment factor. I was talking about this with a group of agents yesterday and we're like, wow, there's so many changes in the travel industry happening on a daily basis. And we're dealing with crazy things happening out in the world, right? Can't find car rentals in Hawaii and this destination is getting tight on flights and we're seeing not enough product over here, but extra stuff over here. It's a lot of stuff, right? But looking at your numbers and what's really happening in your business is important. You can't run your business based on feelings. You need to run it based on facts. So I want you to remember every time you're like, I think this is happening, when you have that thought, I want you to say, is this a feeling I have, or do I have facts or data to back that up? So I want to set the stage for today's session and think about that. By the way, if you guys have questions about data or numbers or anything in general, feel free to pop them in comments. This is a live stream. So at the end of the show, I'm going to hop over to Facebook where we're streaming this live and answer any of your questions that you have. And if you are brand new, and you're like, I'm not ready to look at numbers, I'm just thinking about being a travel agent, should I do it? I want to tell you about my masterclass. Hop over to careersonvacation.com/masterclass. You can take that free class, the 5 shifts to a 6-figure travel business and beyond. If you're in that thinking about it phase, is it for me? That masterclass will help you and it's totally free. So check that out for you newbies out there. So first thing I want to ask you guys, getting back to data, is are you looking at your data? I want you to tell me in comments, do you have a monthly report that you look at to review how things are going in your business, right? Top 3 things that I look at, I want to share with you. First, I look at profits. Is my business profitable? What's our profit margin? And I want to preface that by saying, if you're just starting up or you're maybe in your first year, keep in mind, you might be running in the red. if you have marketing going out, if you're building your base, if some of that is happening, that's not always a bad thing when you're in business building phase. But what you want to make sure, if you are running in the red, am I trending towards getting to the black, or what's called the break even point of your business? Break even is when you're making investment. Maybe you're training, maybe you're learning, maybe you have marketing dollars going out. You have some things happening. Your first goal is to get to that break even point where the money that's coming in is equaling the money that you have going out. That's break even, and then you're going into profit zone from there. So don't feel like if I'm running in the red, especially if you're a startup, that's kind of normal. Everyone's break even point is different based on how fast you're moving, how well you're running your business. Are you doing real marketing? So it is normal for all businesses to have that ramp up period. But if you are running in the red, you want to make sure, am I running less in the red every single month and moving towards that break-even point? And if you're way past break-even, you've been profitable for years, you still want to look at, is my profit stable? Am I growing? If you're trying to grow or putting money into growth efforts, but you're still just staying the same, then something needs to be tweaked. So that's why looking at where you are profit-wise is really important, and understanding based on what you're doing, based on what your goals are, should my profit be going up? Am I just maintaining? Or worse, if it's going backwards, what do I need to do to course correct and move forward, right? So that's the first thing I look at in my business every single month to make sure we're on track based on things that we have going on. The second thing I look at is our growth rate. Are we growing at a good click? If my goal is to grow with a particular business that I have, right? So some businesses you might have on autopilot, nothing wrong with that. And you just want to make sure that you're steady, right? That you're steady and you're stable. But if your goal is to grow and to expand, what is your growth rate? Are you bringing in a little more profit every single month? What percentage are you growing at? That can tell you if your goal is to grow. Am I moving backwards? Am I staying the same? Am I doing great? You really need to understand what that growth rate looks like. So all the work that you're putting in, all the running around that you're doing, all of the posting and the marketing and the selling and the working with clients, and maybe if you're an agency, training new people, your growth rate is what tells you the health of your business. Am I growing? Am I standing still? Am I going backwards? So you want to look at that every single month. The next thing I look at is a really finite number, two numbers actually, in the marketing arena. So we do real marketing at our travel agency. When I say real marketing, above and beyond referrals, above and beyond friends and family, above organic or just posting places and hoping people are going to contact us. We have a real marketing plan at our agency, and the clients that we train that are in our masterminds and Careers on Vacation, Wanderlust CEO, we train them how to get real marketing in place, a marketing machine. So paid advertising, we can mix in the free stuff too, right? You want to do all the free stuff, but doing paid advertising. So it's really important that I look at, if I'm spending money on advertising, is it converting for me? Is it making my company more money? That advertising dollars is one of the ways you can just literally like light a match on a pile of cash and see it go away if you don't know what you're doing with marketing. So paying attention to these two numbers is what I want you to think about. The first one is called a CPI, cost per inquiry. That means for all of the money that I spend towards a marketing effort, how much is it costing me per every client that inquires for us to give them a vacation proposal? Right? So if I spend, $500 on Facebook, it's going to equal a certain amount of people that contact my business and ask for an estimate. That is an inquiry. So what is my cost per inquiry? Okay, that's the first number I look at. It tells me, are people responding to my marketing? Is the marketing working? Are we getting leads because of those dollars we're spending? That's your cost per inquiry. The next one is your cost per conversion. So for that same $500 that I spent, how many people actually got the proposal and we actually converted them into clients that booked vacations with us? What is my cost per conversion? Those two numbers tell me if that $500 was worth spending, right? If I spend $500 but I make $2,000, that's a good investment, right? So that's how you can really understand your data, make better decisions, and figure out, ooh, that marketing's not working. Let me stop doing this, or let me adjust and let me try some different things. And we have multiple different marketing channels that we do. So a lot of times we'll look and go, what's our best converter? Should we shift some money here and take some money away from here? And it helps us make those decisions behind the scenes, right? So the number one, which brings me to the next thing, the number one reason why data is important in your business, any of these metrics or any other metrics you might be looking at, it's because it helps you make better decisions in your business, right? I don't want to just throw $500 away every single month if it is not working, right? So you have to know your numbers, guys. It's really key. I want you to also think about profitability. Let me walk you through a couple of examples. So if you're looking at your numbers every month, let's use profit for example. If you're looking at your profitability and you're saying, wow, we're running kind of, we're not making as much profit as I thought. You want to go back then and maybe look at your expenses as a result of seeing that number on your monthly report. Or figure out, wow, we're doing great with profit. A lot of agencies are like, wow, bookings are coming in like crazy. We're making money. We're doing great on profit, more than we thought. You'll know if you're above or below or at your goal. You might make a decision to adjust something. Maybe you're going to spend less on your fixed costs or costs that are your variable costs. Maybe you're going to spend a little bit less to increase that profit margin if you can, still do the job that you need to do to deliver those results. So you're just making better decisions. Let me give you an example of how I might look at a profit number and go, I'm looking for ways to add more profit to our bottom line, but make it easy for my team. What could a goal be? So maybe I'm looking at my Disney sales compared to my cruise sales, and particularly the percentage rate. So for an average agency, Disney pays out around 10% for commission for like a Walt Disney World vacation, right? So if you're a Disney company, you might be doing a ton of that and making money and earning that 10%. If you look at cruises, alternatively, cruises can pay up 15% commission. We'll use that as a guideline. So the same $7,000 vacation at Disney is going to earn $700 for the agency. That same $7,000 vacation, but a cruise, is going to make just over $10,050 per vacation. So who cares? Why do I care? Just let people book what they want to book. Well, what are some things you could do as an agency owner, a business decision you could make as a result of knowing this data that could make you more profitable if that's your goal? One, you could look at your preferred vendors and you could educate your agents and go, hey, we're really trying to look at these preferred vendors. That can equal negotiating a higher commission rate at the end of the year. It can equal more commission automatically because if you have preferred vendors in place already, they pay a higher commission. You could also train your staff to sell those preferred suppliers better. You could provide some training and increase their knowledge base and help them sell those things faster. And if your love is Disney, you might say, well, Cyndi, we love Disney. We're not going to get away from our base. No, but what you could do is do a better job of cross-selling, a better job of upselling, because just because someone books a vacation doesn't mean they might not want a cruise later this year or next year. So how do you make yourself the agency that they come to, not just for Disney? You could put cross-sell and upsell efforts in place in your marketing machine. So doing those things, let me give you a math example. So let's say you have a big campaign this year. Let's say you have 20, 30 agents, 40 agents, whatever, and you're a core Disney agency, but you want to expand. Maybe you provide some training on your preferred suppliers for those cruises. Train and educate your staff. Run some promotions for your agents. Do some contests with your agents internally in your company to really, with the goal of selling more cruises this year. Tell everybody, this is our goal. We want to sell 30 cruises in the agency this year in addition to our Disney sales. So let's say you sell an additional 20 cruises that you didn't sell last year, right? So the profit on that, if you take 1,050 times 20 cruises, that's like $21,000 extra you will be bringing in commission for your agency. That's just one decision, you guys. So just knowing the difference in your commission rates, making the decision to put an effort in place this year, see how that's a data-based decision that impacts your profit? I told you this wasn't going to be boring. We love making more money, right? I know it's a lot, but as you look at the data, that's the process you want to walk through instead of feeling like maybe I feel like I want to start adding cruises. No, like dig a little deeper. Who's your preferred vendor? Who pays the most commission? What's going to be the best fit for your clients? You know your clients, and then you can curtail that into an initiative for your business that will equal more profit. Let me give you one more example on numbers, because I hate math problems. It's like the worst, but I'm going to give you the math. You don't even have to think about this. So another example might be, okay, Cyndi, let me look at my marketing now. Cost per inquiry versus cost per conversion. So let's say you're spending some money on Google. Let's say you're spending some money on Facebook. You know what you're doing. Your ads are working. They're converting. Let's say you spend $500 on Google and you're spending the same $500 on Facebook. We're running a test to see, how things are doing. You spend that money. You have to look at your data at the end of the month. And let's say the data says, okay, Google's bringing me 23 leads for that $500 that I spent. Right? Facebook is bringing me 38 leads. Wow. So for the same $500, 38 leads. So my cost per inquiry on Google, $21. My cost per inquiry on Facebook is $13. So which is your better source, right? It's Facebook, because you're getting 38 leads for that $500 versus 23 leads. So assuming they're converting on the same level of vacations, you're going to make a better conversion on Facebook. Now, it doesn't mean you necessarily totally get rid of Google, but you might want to put more marketing spend in Facebook and see if you can net more leads for your team, and then they're converting, right? So that's another reason of why your cost per inquiry and cost per conversion, to look at those, is so important. All right. So what should you do with data? If you feel a little overwhelmed with data, or you're tiptoeing around it, or you're working on that feelings approach, I want to give you a couple learning tips that you can put in place in your business to just ease yourself into understanding your data, making decisions, and feeling a little more comfortable about it. So the first one is you have to determine the numbers by which you're going to decide the health of your business, right? What numbers are going to determine the health of your business? So I've given you some of the top ones that I look at. There might be some additional ones. You might look at recurring clients. You might look at total sales. You might look at churn rate. There could be depend on your metrics, but at a minimum, decide what those numbers are going to be that you're going to look at every single month. And if you are spending money in marketing, you better be doubling down on looking at that data so you are not throwing money away and you're not wasting money. The other thing is, as you start to look at numbers, you don't have to wait for once a month. It's okay to review your numbers mid-month. Say, where are we? How are things going? I had an agency do a consult with me a couple years ago, and they had missed, at the end of the year, if they hit a certain bracket, they were going to go into the next commission level for a preferred supplier, and they missed it by $500. It was heartbreaking. I was like, had you looked at your numbers 2 months ago, or even mid-month in December, you could have booked your own vacation. And then all next year, she would have made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more just by being ahead of those numbers. And I know it's easy to get caught in the day-to-day and all of the things, but this really is one of the most important things that you do for your business, especially as you grow, especially for you agency owners that are out there, understanding that data and understanding that it can impact your business in bigger ways than you realize. So decide on running your business on facts versus feelings. Review them once a month, and even mid-month is helpful as well. Now, I want to preface the mid-month review. I would not make changes to your marketing mid-month. Marketing takes time to work. Usually 60 to 90 days is how long we run a marketing test before we adjust, because you want to get a good feel. Marketing takes time to ramp up. So while other things, if a certain agent is, blowing through leads and not converting any of them, that you can make a decision on mid-month. Marketing, be a little slower, because you want to make sure you give that marketing a chance to work. So that's just a bonus tip from me to you. All right. And the last thing is, you might say, well, Cyndi, I'm looking at all this data. It feels overwhelming. I see all these numbers. Where should I start with my company? What should I do first? I want you to make the decisions that will help you grow the fastest first. If your goal is growth, right? If you're looking, which that's most people's goal, right? You want to grow, you want to make more profit. Make those decisions that will move the needle the furthest. Make those decisions first. right? If you have a cost per inquiry that's $1 different, I mean, that's like a $23 gap. Like, worry about that later. There's bigger fish to fry with numbers. So as you're deciding and looking at the data, make big decisions, which things you want to move on first, because you're only one person running your agency sometimes. Do the ones that are going to have the biggest financial impact. Put those at the top of the list, and that will serve you well. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to go check questions here a second over on Facebook. I used to dread numbers when I was in my 20s. I had some really great mentors. At the height of my corporate career, we had 300 travel representatives that reported up to me in my department, and something like 30 supervisors. And I was forced to really get good at looking at numbers and comparing teams and conversions and sales and profit. I had a really good mentor, and I had a really good co-director that helped me really learn the importance of numbers. And I have incorporated that in every business that I have run since then. I have over a decade track record now of running 6 and 7 figure businesses. And I will tell you, home base is the numbers. But if you dread numbers, if they feel overwhelming, maybe you started your team, you guys are doing well, you have sales coming in, or maybe you don't, maybe everything's a mess. Either way, if you know you need help with numbers, I want you to know it's okay to ask for help. You have to do some learning and grow as the CEO or as the agency owner that you are, or even if you're sitting at home in that individual seat. If you want to get the most out of your travel business or your travel agency, making sure that you are challenging yourself to grow in these areas is really important. This is something that we help with people with every single day in our Careers on Vacation Mastermind. If you're already an experienced agent or an agency owner, that would be our experience track. We help you define what are those key performance indicators. What are those numbers you should be looking at? We help you measure. Here's how you measure success. We help you troubleshoot. Here's my numbers. What should I be doing differently? We help you learn to look at the data and make different decisions, right? And really just get you growing as fast as possible. So if that's of interest to you, definitely go over and check out careersonvacation.com. If you want to apply to get into the program, we are filling summer classes like crazy right now. I'll encourage you guys to apply sooner rather than later, because this has been our craziest growth year. We're on wait lists right now to get into the program. But you get access to me, my amazing team, all of our systems and processes that we've been training to people all over the world to grow and supersize their agencies. And we're the most reviewed travel program that's out there. We have over 100 plus testimonials and case studies on YouTube. So check those out too. You can apply by going to careersonvacation.com/ready now. All right, I'm going to hop over and I am going to take a peek at if you guys have any questions or where you guys are tuning in from. Let me grab my little glasses. You guys know I'm half blind. Let's see here. Kristen says, hello. Kristen's in our mastermind right now from Massachusetts. Hey, Kristen, good to see you here. Nicole, oh my gosh, lady, I haven't heard from you in forever. Nicole's a Careers on Vacation grad already. Marketing still scares me. Not sure where I should put my marketing dollars to really grow. Nicole, let's talk over in the grad group. So I will put some tips over in the grad group for you today. All of our Careers on Vacation graduates get access to this amazing community. And Nicole, I want you to go back into the MEM site and review modules 4, 5, and 6, which are our marketing modules in Careers on Vacation. And we just updated them for 2021. And also grab your social media updated now I can't remember the name of my own thing. Social media best practices. It took me a minute. We have a lot of curriculum in our program. But Nicole, we just updated that for 2021. I want you to go to the checklists on the social media best practices and go through and make sure you're doing all of the things that are on that checklist. That is a great place to start. And we have a couple other hellos coming in. Guys, this is great. So I don't see a ton of questions outside of Nicole's, but Nicole, hopefully that helps. Social media best practices is a great place to start. And that gets updated every year, as you guys know. And we have a couple other videos coming up, in the coming weeks that we're going to be covering some different topics too. So keep challenging yourself to learn and come back here as well. I want to encourage everyone, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. If this video gave you one great tip or more, please give us a great big like either here on Facebook or over on YouTube. We love to see that. And don't forget to interact with us over on Instagram, and TikTok. We are taking over TikTok, having so much fun over there. If you want to see what I'm doing behind the scenes in my life, the travels that were going on, or just watch the sunsets from my backyard in Austin, we share that on a regular basis too. But guys, thanks for tuning in to the live stream. It was such a fun topic. We don't talk about these big data things very often, but I hope it's a help for you wherever you are in your journey. I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world, and see you guys next week. Bye, guys. If you like that last video, make sure you check out my other content to help you grow and scale your very own travel business. And also, I invite you to travel around the world with me and find out what I'm doing in my portable, profitable, award-winning travel business. Check out the videos.